Hello and welcome back to episode 20 of Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishments. I'm Vic, and you're watching yet another Let's Play channel. Let's have a look at our second corpse. Yep, that's a hole.
A bullet struck his head. This man didn't stand a chance.
And
This is an ordinary key. I wonder what kind of door it opens.
we'll hang on to that for later. Alright, and
A piece of wood that has stuck between the cobblestones. Let us take a closer look. This shard of wood is quite new.
I'm not going to make any deductions just yet. Hey you, what'd you see?
Good evening, Mr. Turner.
I heard Constable Marrow reply to you as Mr. Holmes. Are you that detective gentleman? I've heard of you. And well, I know things about this evening.
Excellent. Might we hear your story?
After we have a look at you? Really, nothing about the face. Crimean War. Isn't that timely? Okay.
Could you tell us everything that you may have seen or heard?
I was already in bed when the fireworks started. A few moments after, I clearly heard 2 gunshots from outside.
Please continue.
I quickly got up and I grabbed the lamp from my nightstand and I rushed towards the window. I looked down and I saw 2 bodies. And there was a man with a gun who was standing nearby.
Where exactly?
Well, near this body.
Did he notice you?
I don't think so. He rushed towards Whitechapel Street without looking around.
Mr. Turner, did you see anyone else in the street?
No, I saw no one but that man, the murderer, the fellow they caught.
Were the 2 shots you heard consecutive?
Yes, there was a very short pause between them, and they sounded different somehow. It seemed to me that the second shot was louder than the first.
That is an interesting comment. Mr. Turner, what were your actions after you stepped up to the window?
I was afraid that the man with a gun might return, so I stayed close to the window till I saw the policeman coming in the Half Moon from Whitechapel. Then I walked out to tell them everything I saw.
You have helped us a great deal, Mr. Turner.
Yeah, I think he has. Can we go this way and have a see where... Hey,
I'll
Wiggins.
do anything to save my brother, Mr. Holmes.
Well, let's not go there just yet. Can we see where they nabbed him? Do you think these tracks are going to turn out to be relevant? I'm betting that these people standing around are relevant, maybe? Or not. Okay. Well, then perhaps these people standing around. How about you? Oh yeah, no, this was the other witness that was told to us.
Mrs. Powell?
What do you want?
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the crime that took place this evening.
Well, I've already gave my testimony, but very well.
Why can't I look at her?
Could you tell us everything that you may have seen or heard?
Yes. I was selling my flowers as usual, and then the fireworks began, in honour of Queen Victoria. I enjoyed those. But then, all of a sudden, a young lad ran out of Half Moon Street and stopped just by me. He had a gun in his hand. He was like a ghost, and all covered in blood. It was dark, but I could see him, because of the flashes from the fireworks.
And then?
I screamed as loud as I could. I knew that a policeman should be on duty in the vicinity. He had no time to escape. 2 constables got him. Then another constable came out from the very same street, and I heard him talking of a horrible murder.
So she sells flowers and she's got green eyes and she's wearing a pink dress. Do you think she's an Aerith reference?
Mrs. Powell, did you hear the gunshots?
I'm not sure. You know, what with the fireworks?
Reasonable.
Did you see anyone else leaving Half Moon Street, prior to or at the time of the crime?
No, sir, I did not. Even with all the fireworks, I was very attentive, as I'm always on the lookout for customers.
My thanks to you, Mrs. Powell.
All right. So now I think it's probably coming up on time to do a little deduction. So let's see what we got. Turner could hear the contrast between 2 fired shots, as in fact 3 shots were made. At first a single shot was fired and then 2 guns fired simultaneously, directly afterward. Turner could hear the contrast between 2 fired shots as they were made from different points in Half Moon Street. I mean, both of those are reasonable, but picking this one gives us something to do. So let's have a look at that later. All right, then. So that's an interesting little detail. I wasn't paying attention to what I was clicking on. Imaginary man, the person whom Leighton Chapman describes in his statements, is a figment of his own imagination, created to vindicate himself. I'm not buying that at the moment. Mr. Turner stated that he remained at the window of his flat until police arrived. However, this is in conflict with Merrow's statement, as the constable did not see anyone at the window. Well, but we know that Merrow arrived after the other constables, so I don't know that that's necessarily a problem. Compelling evidence, the witness testimonies, and the crime weapon clearly point to one possible culprit, Leighton Chapman. Yeah, it is looking that way. So I think we need to investigate the simultaneous shots situation for sure. I don't know that there's anything to do with the rest of those, so let's do some tasks. Yeah, so we'll do that first since we're here, and then we'll figure out how to do the reenact.
Mr. Turner, you have stated that you remained close by your window after the crime, is that correct?
Oh, yes, Mr. Holmes. I stayed at my window until the policeman arrived to examine the dead bodies.
Ah, okay.
That is very interesting, Mr. Turner. Constable Marrow stated that he did not see anyone at the window when he was running through Half Moon Street.
Well, I think Constable Marrow and me, we might have been distracted by the whistles and shouts coming from Whitechapel. We could have missed each other somehow. You understand what I mean? It was a bit of a stressful moment, to tell you the truth, sir.
Allow me to form my own theories, Mr. Turner. Would you mind showing me the view that you had from your window?
Not at all, Mr. Holmes. Please, follow me.
Mr. Turner appears to live very modestly.
Mm-hmm.
This fire is dying out. It was last tended to over an hour ago.
However, there's a something. Burnt paper. Yeah.
The papers are almost entirely burned. I am unable to see what's written here. These words are illegible.
I think we're going to have to do some science on
The
them.
papers were thrown into the fire just a short while ago.
All right. An interesting little detail.
Mr. Turner was roused from his bed by the sound of gunshots.
Some very gauzy curtains he's got there.
A perfect match.
Mr.
So,
Turner.
Mr. Turner broke his stick when it became stuck between the cobblestones. He did not mention that he was so near to the victims.
That's a rather titillating detail.
The books on this shelf are in a mess. It looks as though Mr. Turner was trying to find something in a hurry here a short while ago.
Something that he then threw in the fire.
So, that's the view Mr. Turner had when he opened the window. The dead body of Kenneth Butler. Brian Vercotti's contorted corpse. Mr. Turner had a perfect view of the crime scene. He saw the bodies clearly, and Leighton Chapman standing over them.
And it would have been awfully hard to miss the constable rolling through.
Anything else you would like to know, Mr. Holmes?
I guess he doesn't have anything else to say for himself.
This kitchen knife is quite sharp.
Good. Is that... Oh.
There are pieces of shredded paper scattered over the table. His kitchen knife was used to cut the paper.
Not a very nice way to handle your kitchen knife. So, got up from bed. Opened the window. No. Open the window. Approach the body. Cut papers with knife. And threw something in the fire. I think that'll turn out to be right. Oh, did I overlook the put the stick away? I might have overlooked the put the stick away. We don't have to follow him all the way down the stairs, do we? Yeah, I forgot to do that one. I think... yeah. I think that's correct. Oh, good. There we go. Took something from Jeweler Boy.
So Mr. Turner used a book to hide an object that he found on Kenneth Butler's body. The question is, what did he find?
Okay, so maybe he tore some pages out of a book to make space to hide something.
I can see prints from greasy fingers upon the cover of this book. Let us take a closer look. Well now, what a find! A precious jewel, concealed inside a book. A bracelet with a unique ram's head design, a distinctive feature of ancient Grecian artifacts, probably of the Hellenistic era.
Well, buddy, you are nicked.
Mr. Turner, how would it be possible for a man of advanced years, such as yourself, to rush from his bed to the window in a matter of seconds, as you have stated?
Well, I'm able to move very quickly, despite my age. And when the situation requires it, Mr. Holmes.
I highly doubt that, Mr. Turner. I observe that you suffer a severe limp due to your injured right leg. It would have taken at least 10 seconds for you to approach the window. That means you could have easily missed something or someone in Half Moon Street during that time.
You're right, Mr. Holmes. I could have missed something. But it did seem to me that everything happened so quickly. Time can pull tricks on you.
Mm-hmm.
And what of everything else that you told us? Mr. Turner, it is vital that we have your complete and true statement.
Mr. Holmes, I do assure you that the other things I said were most sincere.
Mr. Turner, you were not sincere with me. Not then, and not now.
But Mr. Holmes...
This, Mr. Turner, does not look like anything that a poor man might possess. It is worth more than the home that you live in.
I can explain.
No, merely correct me if I am wrong. You saw Leighton Chapman through the window, but you also noticed a glittering object on the ground, this precious jewel. You walked down and took the bracelet from the body of Kenneth Butler, and when you heard the whistles, you hurried away. That broke your walking stick. It caught fast between the cobbles. Constable Marrow was unable to see you in the window as you were climbing up the stairs on your way back to your flat. Upon returning home, you hid the precious jewel inside a book.
Mr. Holmes, please don't send me to prison. I didn't do anything bad. I'm just a poor man. When I chanced upon the bracelet, I saw it as an opportunity to make a little money. I was desperate. I only took the bracelet, that's all, I swear.
You made a mistake by lying to me. But you are not a criminal. I believe that. Although I must return this bracelet to its rightful owner.
Learn what that bracelet's all about, sure. Where's Watson in all this? Is he just standing around in the alley? Yep, just standing with the two dead mans. Hey, Constable, tell me about, one of the victims possibly fired his gun twice. Find out who it might have been. Well, could it be the one that's holding... Oh, they both. Well, the one that didn't die immediately Okay. And how about you? So, can I check?
I am unable to see any higher. I need to find something to lift my lamp.
All right.
This should be useful.
Mm-hmm.
This is most definitely a bullet hole. The brick cracks are fresh. Watson, there was a third shot fired in this street.
Good. Do I even need to check the other side? I guess I don't. Third shot. 2 victims. Yeah. Crossfire. Kenneth Butler and Brian Vercotti both died of crossfire, with each of them holding a gun. One of the guns is now missing. Kenneth Butler and Brian Vercotti were the victims of a double murder carried out by one person. Yeah, I mean... So let's see. Yeah, some interesting thoughts there. So if we do this one... But you're just gonna... Interesting. So we have more deductions we can make? Oh yeah, suppose we do. Didn't I... Clayton Chapman's statement regarding the jacketed man who disappeared at Half Moon Street now seems reasonable, as the 3 shots at the crime scene prove the presence of a second gun that's now missing. That's right. We have 1 gun that was fired twice, and we have 3 shots. So there's a missing shot.
Constable Marrow, I would value your assistance in this investigation.
It would be my pleasure, Mr. Holmes.
I would like to make sure that there are no places in Half Moon Street where a man could hide while you were running through it with your lamp.
All right, Mr. Holmes, what should I do?
Take your lamp and start walking, just as you did before, and try to find me.
Understood.
So now we're going to play hide and seek with the police. Well, it's sure as hell dark, isn't it? Hello.
I can see you very well, Mr. Holmes.
All right, Constable. Let's try again. I'll find another place to hide.
Okay. Well, he found another place to hide, as it turns out. Where are you at, Sherlock? Really? Just like that?
No, this is not how I walked at the time of the crime. I was more attentive. Let's start over again.
I guess I missed him. Can I, like, hold up the lamp or something? No. Just gotta muddle around in the dark. Oh, there you are.
Here you are, Mr. Holmes.
All right, Constable. Let's try again. I'll find another place to hide.
The music changed. Why did the music change? How many of these am I going to do? Did I miss him again? I might have missed him again. Nope, there he is.
Mr. Holmes, it wasn't difficult to find you at all.
It is obvious now. No one could escape Constable Marrow's lamp while hiding in the street.
Okay. Corners in sight. Up the walls. Yeah, okay. Find the flare gun and climbing equipment? What?
It would be my pleasure to assist you with your investigation, Mr. Holmes.
Where would I keep the flare gun and climbing equipment? Back at 221B?
I'll do anything to save my brother, Mr. Holmes.
I guess. Alright, let's go back to 221B.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
I'm frequently wondering what's on yours, Watson. So, Baker Street. Baker Street. Thank you. Flare gun and climbing equipment. Spider-Man. Spider-Man is the killer. Search for bracelet. Sure, since we're here, why not? Not chemistry.
That is not the one I...
Fine. Art and architecture? Maybe. Early relay. Greek
That is
history?
not the one
Oh,
I
come
need.
on. Well, what then, huh? Antique golden bracelet.
That is not the one I need.
Well, why not?
That is not the one...
Huh?
That is not the one I need.
Really? The picture of Dorian Gray is in the news? Why is it in the news? Death duties? Oh. I mean taxes. Aha! That doesn't make any sense to me just because it said antique. These beautiful and antique jewels represent a part of the Hellenistic treasures collection. Depicted are the 5 heads of mountain rams upon a bracelet, necklace, and ring, each made of pure gold. Missing from museums since 1885.
Here it is. I need to continue my research in my archives.
Yeah. So now we're looking for a theft in the news in 1885. Yeah, see, I just skipped a step. Stolen yesterday evening while being transported by cab on their way from the British Museum to Glassford Fine Art. Kenneth Butler, pawnshop owner, contacted Scotland Yard and provided information regarding a gentleman who had attempted to sell him a collection of historical art at his pawnshop. Police have since captured the man, a professional thief by the name of Vincent Foley, who had been in the process of escaping London via the port. Recognized by the cab driver, refused to confess as to where the remainder of the treasures were hidden. He was eventually imprisoned.
Here it is. One of the victims, Kenneth Butler, was involved in the story of the stolen Hellenistic treasures. A visit to his pawn shop should tell me more.
But I haven't found the flare gun and the climbing gear yet. Where do you suppose I keep those? Watson, you better keep your face away from that dang telescope. You perv. Don't tell me I don't keep my flare gun and climbing gear in the apartment. Now, you know what? We are all out of time for episode 20. Come back and see me again in episode 21, and I will have run down this climbing gear situation, and we'll be ready to move on to the next activity. Talk to you soon.